Hello, and welcome to the World of Tanks. I'm CabbageMechanic, and with me, not as always, is Domosapien. Tragic is out today. She's got a headache, so send her your well wishes. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of new stuff happening in World of Tanks. We're going to get to that shortly. Hello to all of you in chat. As always, we're streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, whichever platform you're watching us on. We appreciate you stopping by. And, man... I'm sure we already saw some people discussing the new premium time announcement in chat. Please feel free to send your feedback. I believe somebody already did. And Domos.
Yeah, I do look a little different.
Well, I think I'm in Tragic's camera, so I'm not sure which one of us is.
Yeah, well, you're Kimchi Repairman.
That's my title.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. I'm the community demo.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I'm not Tragic. Tragic, get well soon. Better. I will do my best to fill your shoes, and I'm not doing a great job so far because I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties.
As I was telling you, I've been having that problem. For those of you who've been watching the last few weeks, our stream computer died, so we've been having to bring our second stream computer. We've been having to bring our laptops in to run, and I've been having the same problem he's now having, which makes me think it's now a system problem.
We have the same laptop, so that would make.
Oh, hey, Monty's here.
But at the very least, I'm here. I will be reading your chat and hopefully getting my game working. But if not,
eventually,
I'm here, in spirit and body.
We'll get there. All right. So Jonathan on YouTube says, "Good afternoon. I cannot be more displeased with the premium account changes that are making bonds and map exclusions available for money. That is pay to win and insulting." Here you go on that, Jonathan. We'll definitely pass that feedback on. So the new premium account, for those of you who haven't had a chance to watch the video yet, it's available on World of Tanks North America, which is our YouTube channel. The new account is going to offer an extra map exclusion. You may have already heard that in the near future we'll be offering everyone one map exclusion. People with the new premium time will be able to add a second map. So if you're a heavy tank and you're scared of artillery, you can go ahead and blacklist Proc and Fiery Salient, I guess would probably be the top two.
Yeah, they mentioned Malanovka in the video, but I would rather, Proc and Fiery Salient.
That's what I would go with.
Actually, an interesting point about the bonds. Jammy John did the math. I don't know if it's a silver lining. Of course, we're still taking your feedback. Whether or not that ends up making it into the final version of that, we will, only time will tell. We'll see. But he did the math, crunched the numbers. At 25 bonds a day, it will take you literally a year to get one piece of improved equipment.
So it's not a lot, but I think the point that people are making that I've seen that I think is valid is that's still way more bonds than you probably get.
True, because in a battle. It's a valid point. Yeah, because in a tier 10 tier 10 battle, I think you get about 4 to 8 bonds. So it's a fair point. We appreciate the feedback, and we're definitely going to pass that on.
Yep. Okay. Somebody said, "Where are you, Felon?" Felon's alive and well. I actually just got off the phone with him a bit earlier. He's on the World of Tanks EU platform usually.
Leaf is in the way. All right, keep.
We're having conflicts. So he's fine. Don't worry about him. I see Blue Seal Recordings on YouTube also had some comments about. I speak specifically the bonds seems to be what people don't like about that. Outside of the bonds issue, please let us know. How you feel about the new premium time. The basic gist of this is that before tanks and ships and planes had a very it was a common premium time, and there was this grand idea that was going to be great and everyone's going to play all the games. And the reality is that the different games want to offer different things to their player base. So Warships already has their own premium time, and now World of Tanks is getting our own premium time. And as I mentioned earlier, you get an extra map exclusion. I believe right now we mentioned that there's some bonds included per week, and I think there's a few other benefits too. That
you get the extra ban. You get the personal. The premium missions that will be you get 3 daily missions, which have the possibility to include bonds as a reward.
So you'd say it's a mission for bonds.
Yeah,
not a payout.
Correct. That said, you would have to theoretically log in and complete that mission every day to get your bond reward. But yeah, it is technically giving out those bonds, so that is a valid point. That said, you also get the piggy bank. I think it's called the vault or something like that. But even it's been called the piggy bank, where essentially build up to 750,000 credits during the week, and then at the end of the week you can break that piggy bank to get those 750,000 credits back extra. You don't pay anything in. It's just something that builds up over time, and then as a weekly thing you can withdraw up to 750,000 credits from that piggy bank, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll see if that comes up. It would be a nice little. Before we get into games real quick, I'm going to give Domo a little bit more time to see if he can get his client up and running, and if not, I'll just run some solo. You can all make fun of how terrible I am. Thomas, you said right over the real issues. Let me catch your last message so I'd be sure to address them. When is accuracy going to be fixed? RNG, XVM sniping. So RNG came up in the last AMA. It's unlikely to be touched as a larger concept soon, for better or worse. I do appreciate your feedback on that. I totally understand why people find it frustrating. I do think there is an argument for it. I do also agree with some people saying, or some people making the argument that it should be reduced. 25% is too high. That does make a certain amount of sense to me, but I don't get to make that decision. You know, that's a game development decision. Happy to pass on the feedback as always. Sorry that get limited to that. The other thing you said was XVM sniping. We actually do have the anonymizer coming up, which was also covered in the AMA in recent videos. We are going to have a feature later this year. You're going to be able to hide your name and your stats from mods like XVM, which we didn't think we could do for a while, and then it turns out we are apparently going to be able to do. So
yeah, that's pretty exciting.
That should solve your XVM sniping, unless, of course, people see your anonymized name and then just shoot you because you're anonymized just out of the principle, which is what I will be doing. So,
for what it's worth, my stats are terrible, and I'm probably going to hide them anyway. Well, actually, I might not, since I like this.
No news on the bond shop. Sorry, guys.
So get this. I'm trying to update my drivers, but I can't download. Whenever I try to download them from NVIDIA, it doesn't work. So I installed NVIDIA GeForce Experience. I don't remember my password for NVIDIA GeForce Experience, and the password reset link also just spins. I'm moderating chat today, guys.
He broke it. I don't know if he broke it.
Yeah, my bad computer is bad. So I blame the tech.
I do have some news about. Well, I don't have news about Tank Rewards, sadly. Other than the launch date is closer than I thought it was, which is good news. And I did get to see. We got to see some screenshots of what it looks like now, and I think it looks pretty good. It appears to have the same functionality as the old version, but it's going to be more built into our system, so it's going to be easier for us to use. For those of you who don't know, beforehand the Tank Rewards had to be paid out manually by our customer support specialist, which, while he's a great guy and a hard worker, spending 8 hours a week doing that was a lot. Yeah. So this will be a lot easier for us to operate, which will let us focus in.
What I'm excited about it looks like, fingers crossed, I'm not sure if it is, but it looks like we'll be able to combine that with the scavenger hunt. So it'll be like, we'll have a nice fancy little Tank Rewards UI to track your codes and your points and all that good stuff. Hopefully that'll be possible, which should be really cool for me, because it's going to take a lot of that administrative pressure involved with the scavenger hunt off of myself.
What I like about this is that now it's your head that looks. I keep telling Tragic that she's got that camera set up so that my head looks big. Yeah, but your head's not as big as my head.
Big heads, you know.
I think I have it bigger. So someone said sandbox for NA players. I don't think the sandbox is live right now, but we will probably have the sandbox test for the RD changes.
Yeah, according to the Q&A, that live stream, the CIS with bloggers live stream a few weeks ago, they said that once the matchmaking changes hit, we're going to give it about 2 months, and after 2 months, we're going to start testing, I think, both the RD changes and ammunition after 2 months on Sandbox. So, you know, open-ended soon, TM, you know, but theoretically around 2 months, we should hopefully get some sort of playable Sandbox.
Cool. Cody on Facebook had a question about any more word on wheelie cars being added to the game for other nations. Started to give the same response I've been given lately on that one, but it's basically it's going to take a few months probably of collecting data on the French wheeled vehicles before we feel super positive about adding another line. Obviously, we're still getting a lot of feedback, as I'm sure you're seeing in the chat. So there's more than a few comments on wheelie because some people really don't like them. I was worried about them at first, but after I have played them, I really don't feel like they're having the large negative impact that some people do. But it's a dramatic change in as far as like how people can move at the beginning of the game. Because certain paths that used to be very safe are no longer safe because either those maps got changed in 1.0 or the wheeled vehicles are getting the scouting spots so fast that safe passage just isn't there anymore. So I think some people might just have to make some gameplay adjustments before they get a better idea. But we'll have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of matches of data before we move forward with either changes to the current wheeled vehicles or addition of more wheeled vehicles.
Iron Guardian on Facebook. What's up, Iron Guardian? Matchmaking is all right. Honestly, a lot better now. I'm super thrilled with the matchmaking now.
How you guys liking the new matchmaker? I think it launched last Wednesday now, so we're about a week into it.
April 3rd, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah. So I feel like over the weekend during peak times, it wasn't quite as glorious as it was in the initial week when as many folks weren't on. I felt like I was getting a ton of top tier 8 battles, even honestly more than I felt like I should be getting when it first came out, and then over the weekend it seems to have kind of leveled out a little bit, so it was kind of an even split between top tier and like mid bottom tier battles. That said, though, as far as the wheel tanks are concerned, you know, prior to this matchmaking update, I felt like my win rate took a really drastic hit because I've been playing so much of the wheel tanks, like almost exclusively, and that has sort of affected my gameplay in other vehicles where I want to have that much mobility and end up YOLOing in and dying because I still think I'm driving the wheelie boy.
Yeah, so for those of you who weren't aware, you can probably our content article at worldoftanks.com under the news section. Basically, the changes related to how the matchmaker uses the people in queue to fill templates. There's a lot more templates that are middle ground that have, I mean, I've seen everything from 366, 457, or no, 456, a variety of other things. But most people, we'll see what the data will ultimately show if most people are having less low tier games, which is sort of the ultimate goal here. I subjectively feel like I am, especially at the 5 through 8 tiers, which is where I think was pretty rough before the changes. We had a long run with 357, and a lot of people didn't like that. I think some of that criticism is fair, some of that is a bit exaggerated, but I think it's better now for sure. I think 555 is possible now, but I haven't seen it yet.
Wild Bill has a good question on Facebook. Played a battle a few weeks ago, or a week ago, where half of both teams were named generic names beginning with colon. Are those watt bots? Yes. You were likely playing on the South American server, because that's where the bots are active.
And just for terminology consistency, I believe it's the LATAM server.
Right, LATAM. Sorry, because it is, yes, South and Central America. Right. So the LATAM server.
No, it says South America on the client. So I guess you're right.
Okay. Yeah, well, technically it is.
We'll go with what it says in the client.
Anyway, right, SA server. That's where the bots are active to kind of fill in the lower tiers, etc. During non-peak times. So if you're seeing bots, double check your little server drop down. Make sure you're on the right server, because I'm guessing your latency probably isn't that great on LATAM/SA.
Drummer Joe on Facebook said you must be able to adapt to succeed. That's a great attitude, Drummer Joe. I'm 100% behind you on. Somebody said. Oh, Sean says, got any more lies to tell us? I don't think I've told any lies on stream today, but if you catch me in one, you know, we don't lie here. If I don't have an answer for you guys, I'll tell you. I try not to lie anyway. I might. I mean, like I said, if I can't tell you something, I'll tell you I can't tell you it. I'll try to be honest about it.
I've got a lie for you guys. Let's see what I did there. I'll tell them that I love them. So
sorry, guys. So
I can call Iron Ladybug in here if you want some proper dad jokes.
I don't know who you're talking
I'm surprised
about.
he hasn't popped up in chat yet asking about the Snail Squad bundle.
So I think John on Nieto on Facebook, I believe, missed that one, said, I want to know if there's untagged bots. I mean, I guess theoretically there could be someone using a bot that hasn't been banned yet. But as far as wargaming bots, no, that's 100% not the case. If you see a wargaming bot, they will have the colons on either side of their name, and you'll be on the LATAM server or South American server. They're not on the live server. We don't have bots. And believe me, if we were inflating the number that you see in the top left of the client, I'll actually go bump over to the client there. If we were inflating that number, it would be higher than it is. So trust me. We're not inflating that number. We're not putting bots in the queue. I've seen a lot of conspiracy theories about that.
Sean, not really sure what you're referring to. If you could elaborate, what do you mean RNG changing during the match? We're definitely not trying to spread any misinformation about that. So please elaborate. We'd be happy to talk about it.
JD's gonna make colon jokes, but he's gonna. Right, fair enough.
Obligatory customization discounts when? Good question. Not sure, but there will be something coming up very soon, which will allow you to get some cool customization.
Well, there's that, but I think there might be some discounts coming up this weekend because it is actually going to be the 8th anniversary of World of Tanks in North America. this weekend. So we're going to have a bunch of stuff will roll out on Friday, but we're going to have a big XP weekend. There's going to be a bunch of sales
Tech tree discounts
on your high tier tanks. For those of you who are going down the T110E4 line in general, that's going to especially matter to you. Go get that on-track code, put the on-track code in, wait for the discounts to come, and you're going to be able to stack some really impressive... I believe you can get an effective 40% credit discount on the T110E4 if you've been holding off on buying it.
Yeah, because the money guys told me that the discount was better than the normal on-tracks, but I thought it was 25%, and I was wrong.
Yeah. Well, because now the way they changed up the on-track, so now it's a refund if we're playing the vehicle 10 battles instead of an actual discount on the purchase price, if I understand it correctly.
Yeah. So the cool thing about that, too, is if you already have the tanks, you can still redeem the code and then just jump in your tanks, play 10 battles, and get a bunch of credits as a bonus, too. So that if you want.
I think it's going to be a 5 times, not an 8 times. But I like where you're going, Retro. All right, well, I'm going to get into a game here, and we'll see if I get some good matchmaking. I'll play Tier 8. We'll get a feel for how it's going. Domo, go ahead and answer every question in chat until everyone is happy.
Will the T95E2 get a buff? Maybe. Why can't the OI use turrets on the front hull? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, like the machine gun turret?
R2D2s,
None of our tanks have secondary gun capabilities theoretically yet. I'm not sure if that's going to come in the future, but hey, sky's the limit. We have one time. The Leffa, why is the Leffa back in the premium shop? That is a great question. I wish I had an actual diplomatic answer to give you. Unfortunately, that's just the way our event plans and sales plans works is our regionally each region kind of runs different sales at different times, and I guess left came up. Yeah, I wish I had a better answer for you guys. It is what it is, unfortunately. I appreciate all the feedback. Rest assured, we're passing on your feedback. That's really all I can say about that. I'm sorry. What is getting buffed on the Leo 1? I'm not sure because I haven't gotten the super test notes for that yet. It hasn't hit super test. Jonathan Larkby, I'm not dodging you, but I have a window right here that has questions coming in from YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So it's going like this. Please ask again. If I miss it, just keep asking. Plug me until I stop.
The last thing I saw him talk was we filmed our museum video in front of a Greyhound, I believe. So he was talking about when American wheeled vehicles.
You are not the first person to just suggest the Greyhound, and you definitely won't be the last. At this time, we just released wheeled tanks. And,
Nora on YouTube just said the same thing.
Little bit controversial. Some people like them, some don't. So trust me, we want to gather lots of data, get a real understanding of the impact that they're having on the meta before we start introducing more wheeled vehicles with potentially new, different mechanics, right? So yeah, definitely, we've learned from the past. Data is important. And we need to look at that data and make factual, data-based decisions.
Can you tell that he's been practicing the party line on it?
Excuse me.
Yeah, the IS-4 is scheduled for a buff. Oh, okay. Chat in my game is pretty interesting, right? Dude, I recommend not using Gorilla Tape. I see you guys talking about super test. It's still something that I would like to do. It's just
I want my waffle back. Sorry, Paul. You're probably not going to get the waffle back. It just is what it is.
Sorry, let me finish this. Any super test, just
oh, sorry about that.
There's some like really basic, boring logistical issues that just make it really hard to do. I absolutely want to get NA players and EU players. I'm working with Felon on that. Back into super test. It's just it's all in Russian, guys. It's all in Russian.
Brush up on your Cyrillic.
E100 getting buff? Yes, the E100 is getting buff. I think they might more adequately be characterized as quality of light, but we'll see what they look like when they get. I think you haven't gotten super test notes.
I have not, no.
Yeah.
So far, I've gotten super test notes on the Japanese heavies. And
oh yeah, so Japanese
4005 actually out of left field.
Japanese heavies and the 4005 are scheduled for nerfs.
Yeah. So Type 4 and Type 5 are getting some nerfs to gun. 4005 is getting mobility and gun handling nerfs. And the Kranwagen is also up on super test for. And the initial plan with the Kranwagen right now is essentially to take one round out of its clip, but then give it comparably more DPM by buffing the alpha and reducing the intra-clip plus total reload time. 268 buff? No, I think the 268 is okay. Oh no, the 268. Sorry, not the V4. I'm not sure. It's not slated yet, but we are going to be looking at literally every tank over the course of the entire rebalance. So I would guess what.
I got pretty aggressive there, but it was fun, so I'm going to chalk it up to it. I would like to note that was all tier 8 matchmaking, so that's certainly a change for those of you who haven't noticed the new matchmaker. A lot more full tier 8 matches. Chase on YouTube asks, what part of Wargaming do you work under? And if I wanted to apply to Wargaming, do I have to live in that space? Generally, yes, we don't have a lot of telecommuting just because the game industry is kind of hot and heavy. You have to be, there's a lot of meetings, a lot of coordination between departments, so you really have to be in the office for at least some of the time. There, are you posting the, yep, you got it. So Doma just posted on the website where you can go to see our job listings. We are in the Austin office, but we have offices all around the country and all around the world.
Filter by office, and those listings actually do get updated like real time. So if it's up there, it's current.
So let's shake it up a little bit since we're not.
No, Crazy Boob is still in the tank, but he's getting food and water.
Yeah, guys, we tried to get Crazy Boob out of the tank. He was too happy in there to come out. Oh, he's still there. He's in Boston. Well, not Boston. I guess it's Hudson, Massachusetts. But he's still. Some say he's still in that Easy 8. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we had an event weekend before last in Hudson, Massachusetts at the brand new American Heritage Museum, and we filmed a video where we did an ending that was based on something that actually happened during the event where we left Crazy, and it was actually in a
it's in a recap video from the Boston event.
Right,
yeah,
but we actually did leave him in a tank. It was a Stug, I think. He was in a Stug, and he was switching positions, and then we were talking about something else and walked over to a different tank, and then he was left alone inside the Stug. So, you know, those are hazards of the job, but we really appreciate the guys at the American Heritage Museum for letting us get hands-on with some of that stuff. It was really, really, really cool. No, I don't have left rental codes. Jonathan on YouTube is totally correct. We are giving out M60 codes today. Got a message to 1984 Big Brother, in-game or on the forums, and he has all the codes. Somebody said, David says he's my hero. Who are you guys? Oh, Crazy Boop's your hero? That's awesome. I'd be happy to hear that.
So Sean restated the RNG question that he was talking about.
Okay.
And I did want to address it since he feels pretty strongly about it. Basically, he mentions that he feels that RNG is modified during the match, and apparently it's obvious to anyone who is knowledgeable in statistics. I'm probably not going to convince you with this answer since you feel that we've been instructed to tell you otherwise. But theoretically, for a gaming company to design its product to frustrate you to the point where you eventually stop playing is typically a bad business decision. You really have no reason to game your RNG. And honestly, conspiracy theories, we could debate conspiracy theories up and down all day, but you know, it's neither here nor there.
I mean, it's I'll be completely honest, guys. Full transparency. As far as I know, the RNG always works the same throughout the whole match. It is theoretically possible because I am not a programmer and cannot verify that that is true. So I'm not going to tell you with 100% certainty that I know because I don't understand the code. But, yeah, it is supposed to work the same way the whole match all the time, always for everyone. I do think that such a system creates a lot of avenues for people to have some confirmation bias about how they think it's working. And I have, and to give you reasoning for that, in my time working at Wargaming, which is coming up on 5 years, I have seen every conspiracy theory under the sun about how RNG is altered to help different groups of people. And I have seen conspiracies that said that if you spent money, RNG got worse for you. And then I've seen theories that if you spent money, RNG got better for you. I've seen theories that if you join a clan, RNG gets better. I've seen if you join specific clans, it gets worse. I'm sure you've seen a few too. It works the same for everyone all the time, guys. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's XVM. There's stuff about XVM. The game is designed to keep you, below a certain win rate. I mean, honestly, especially with 3 years in customer service, like we've definitely seen like every theory under the sun.
If you played as many matches as I have, you must have noticed the game's running faster. That's also from Sean on Facebook. I definitely see that there's some snowball matches. I disagree that means that there's RNG issues. I think there's a lot of other factors that tie into stuff like that that are probably more relevant. It looks like we're going to pull out a win on this one.
Oh, hey, my driver's updated.
Anthony wants to see where he can do a platoon of 15. That is called Clan Wars, if you're interested in doing that. Craig says, why wouldn't you be honest? Not a good phrase to use when selling or getting a product. I mean, what we're doing here isn't necessarily promotion. It's actually to talk to people who already know about the product. So, I mean, I am being honest. I don't. In there, Craig.
I mean, it's also a figure of speech.
David said, how many games do I have? I'm at almost 9K, I think.
I think I hit 50,000 recently. I'm close to 50,000.
13 Disciple says, you know what's crazy? My RNG got better when I got better. Weird, right?
The game is launching.
Oh, no way.
Oh, really? Updating the driver's work.
Well done. I think that's a great point, 13 Disciple. Like, you make your own luck. As your skills improve, you're going to notice less of an effect of RNG. I've also heard from a lot of really high skill players that there is a point where you hit a ceiling and then a lot of your performance does end up getting decided by RNG because you're already making all the right moves and then you're only affected by how the shots that you take go. Yeah, I mean, Sean, if you want to like try and pull some data and like prove it to me, I guess is what I'm saying. But I've heard the variations of that RNG conspiracy theory forever, and I gotta be honest, guys, like we have trouble updating. What did we remember when chat broke for a month? Like, if it took us a month to figure like chat out, do you think that we could code a dynamic system that alters RNG for each user? Like, I don't see it, guys. That'd be really hard to do. That'd be a lot of programming work. And probably way more than it would actually give us some benefit, even if we designed it for that purpose. Right, it just doesn't seem like a practical theory to me.
Moment of truth, we'll plug in the streaming rig.
Nick says, sorry for repeating. When will there be a free XP sale with, like, during Xmas and the Santa bags? The loot boxes, I think you're talking about the Santa bags, won't be back.
Free XP discount. There was a free XP discount. What was that, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yes.
There was the March Tank Madness. That was like 2 weeks ago. One or 2 weeks ago. There was a March XP Madness. So you did just miss actually what was theoretically the unprecedented free XP sale, because I believe conversion was like 45.
Yeah, it was 45
instead of 35. So that's yeah. I actually didn't have
really
enough
big
free XP to convert.
Joseph says Clan Wars for console. I'm not sure about that, Joseph. You have to ask the console folks for that. Unfortunately, this is a PC zone.
We are working on a frequently asked questions macro. We can just plug in when people ask us stuff like where's Meathead, console question, ships question, blitz question.
Richard on Facebook asks, will you ever bring back the company battles you had back in the day for tier 6 like you did in the beginning? Well, it's not out of the question, Richard. It's not in the immediate future, but it's not out of the question.
Personally, I kind of miss Tank Company.
Hyper Turtle says, I made a new thing in honor of your new tag, Cabbage. Oh yeah, by the way, I made our nameplates today, our Twitter handles, in a shameless attempt to shill for our Twitter. I post a lot of random bull crap on mine, but we do have some Tanks fun on Twitter.
Yeah, I have very little Twitter followers because I don't Twitter, but I have one now, so if you guys want to follow me, boom!
Yeah, follow Domo. He needs people to follow. Cryptic says, a phrase I always use, people claim wargaming can't code their game, but at the same time there are geniuses that can code RNG to be against you. Yeah, if you've ever studied conspiracy theories, which actually I love talking about that stuff. It's actually what my degree ties into a lot, is how the psychology of how that stuff happens. But it is funny how people will ascribe both traits of incredible competence and lack of competence to the same actor. And I do like that. I think the famous quote is, never attribute to malice what could be explained by incompetence. That's probably a slight paraphrase, and I don't remember who said it, but Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's usually incompetence. And it's not to say that like that's an insult. Like the things we're trying to do are actually really complicated and difficult to do. Programming is hard, guys. It's really, really hard. Software development is a seriously challenging thing. And those of you who have experience in that, who understand the kind of ecosystem we're dealing with, I'm sure you know that.
Thank you. Follow, I appreciate you. Johnny, I like as far as why something is being sold over something else, there are numbers that are crunched by someone who is not me. There are plans made by someone who is not me, and unfortunately I don't have the insight to effectively tell you the exact reasoning by why, say, the mutant was sold over the Type 59, etc. Sentiment goes into it. Gosh, honestly, you're speaking Greek to me at this point, because I'm not a money guy. I'm not a number guy. I was a political science major, specifically because I hate math.
Scum of the Earth, friend of the stream and notorious nice guy, says, so is that Nebelberg Mac that was reared for racing not coming, Big Sad Villa? I'm sad to report that as far as I'm aware, it's not coming and was actually never really anything more than a prop. But there is racing coming later this year, but it's not going to be that map as far as I understand.
Silent Demise in the chat. What's up, Silent Demise?
I'm a PC com on Twitch, has a whole lot spent more than Link. Sorry that you feel the game is not fun to play now.
I will tell you this: if at any point your hobby starts feeling like a job, maybe you take a little bit of a break from the hobby.
That's ultimately, I mean, I'm not going to say anything bad about other game companies. I have nothing but nice things to say about CCP. I was a huge fan of EVE Online back in the day. I did ultimately end up having to quit EVE Online because it was becoming more of a job than a game. But it's still a great game to this day if you have the time for it.
It's funny. Actually, I was in customer service. I would constantly, when people would write in frustrated about matchmaking, hey, take a break. A lot of the times the mindset you go into the game with, it will literally make or break your gameplay for that. So if you go into it, upset, like already ready to lose, then you're probably going to lose.
Oh, somebody said they thought I had a degree in history. My degree is in history, but specifically a lot of the stuff I studied involved extremist political movements in the U.S. and in abroad.
Well, fall back.
So
no,
the psychology of conspiracy theories enters into a lot of stuff behind like the philosophy and worldview of terrorists and political radicals.
Right a tree. 7 because part, and I'm going to very awkwardly not even reverse over the. Okay, you know what? I made my bed. Now I'm gonna sleep in it.
I would like to get some hold down. Oh, you're in trouble.
I'm hold down and it's still not helping.
So Domo's playing the TS5, which for those of you who aren't aware, there's currently a marathon running that you can get a free or at least a discounted. That sucked. The mouse on this computer sucks terribly, and I don't know how Tragic uses it.
So I guess people figured out where to shoot this thing. No.
I says I played EVE for 3 years as Omega. Finally had to leave because it did indeed start to feel as a job. Yeah, man. I played so long ago, I probably can't even like find people who I played along. It was like 2000 when I played EVE a lot. When is Highway coming back? I believe Highway is back.
Yeah, it is back. Highway is back. Unless you're thinking of Port, maybe, because Port had that big highway on it, which is, I don't know. Bond Shop release date, question mark, from Jeep. Not sure. Soon, hopefully, TM. How can one design a map? So all of our map design is internal, but if you are if you have experience in making custom maps for games, modeling, etc., you are more than welcome to, I don't know, make a forum thread or send us a PM with information about your map.
Sorry, Tragic, what are you doing? Why is your sniper aim at 0? That's no wonder I can't move my darn reticle. I'm gonna say a lot of worse words here. What is going on with that?
Yes. Why did we move from Cali to Texas? From David Dragonhammer. Long story short, it was too expensive to run our office in San Francisco. We already had an office in Austin. We sort of just jammed the two together into what we are now. And honestly, like I thought I wouldn't like Texas, but I love it here, so I'm glad.
I'm really enjoying it here too, guys. And yeah, I mean, I think the real reason there's a lot of businesses making the same decision for the same reason. Rent's really expensive in Texas if you operate a digital business and you don't need to be in a specific place.
Not Texas.
You're right. It's just you know, it doesn't make a lot of sense to be somewhere you don't have to be and spend a lot of extra money for the privilege.
So someone told me this. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but somebody told me that our office in Emeryville was more expensive to run than the entire skyscraper in Cyprus. I'm not sure about the accuracy of that statement, but that's what I was told.
That's an interesting claim. We have no way of verifying that, but you know, those of you who know, it's extremely expensive to rent a one-bedroom apartment in the Bay Area. You can only imagine how much an entire office costs. And yeah, and Texas is awesome, guys. I gotta be honest.
I don't actually encounter Texas toast that frequently in Texas. Although I did see some sandwiches at McDonald's that had Texas toast, so it was kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, I can't say actually I have run into Texas toast, but primarily at Cane's. Many of you are probably familiar with Cane's, the chicken chain. We didn't have it in California. I just assumed it was a Texas thing. I'm not even sure if it's from here.
I'm gonna back out and grab a different tank.
It's just toast. I don't get it. It's bigger toast, Jambi John.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jambi John for moderating the chat. He was going to
you.
stream with me, but his computer broke even harder than Domo's. So, can do that. Hey, Silent Demise is here. How's it going, Silent Demise? He's been to Austin once.
Camouflage editor for clans. That is a big ask. To give you guys a little bit of perspective on that, apparently it takes several months of work. And lots and lots and lots of hours to put a single custom camo pattern in the game. So having it be robust like that, we have brought it up. It is theoretically a suggestion on like a feature list somewhere, but it would be backlogged for kind of an extended period of time. More critical stuff, all that good stuff.
Alex says, any QA at all in Austin? Sadly, our Austin is publishing only. QA is dev. I do believe we have QA in Chicago, but not in Austin. So Jeep on YouTube has been asking a lot of things. I want to try and answer those. Will tanks be added for gold on the tech tree? Every so often those do get updated, but I don't know when the next round will happen. It's not on a regular schedule. New TVP premium, any news? There is a tier 8 check medium premium coming. That's all the news I have for now. When Domo gets sent...
There is a super test thread for it. Yeah, it went up a while ago. That's probably why Jeep is asking. But yeah, it's I haven't heard any news since then, and that was a while ago. So I mean, it looked really strong on paper, like really strong on paper. So I'm guessing maybe it was a little too strong. But we'll see. No news yet. Sorry.
Looks like we're gonna drop this game. Let's check the matchmaking really quick because I did not manage to do that beforehand. Is it a 357? Yeah, it looks like. Is it 2? What is going on here? 2, 6, 8? No, that doesn't.
Wait, hold on. 2.
Guys,
no, 4.
Counting is hard, guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's just 3, 5, 7. I think.
There's only 2 tier 10s, weren't there?
Oh wait, no, yeah, you're right. No, I saw more on the left side. I'm not sure.
I think it may have been 266, 267.
Well, team score. Let's see.
Guys, I'm sorry. It's been a really long day. I've spent most of it in meetings, and my brain is completely fried. So forgive my mental incompetence here.
I hear you there. T55A is tier 9. Patch at 2. Yeah, you're right.
It's weird. That's the first game I've seen with only 2 tier 10s on each team. So it's kind of just.
No, I have 7 right there. So it was 3.
Never mind.
Whatever. Still.
Crazy. 6, yeah. Hey CabbageMechanic, any ideas if they will add a system in where you can trade premium vehicles for gold?
Well, there was is that like a permanent? I don't even know. I know we've done it as events. That we've had tank trade-in events where basically you're not exchanging it directly for gold. You would trade in one of your old tanks. You'd get like X gold discount in trading it in towards the value of a new premium tank. So like the catch was that you have to get a new premium tank, but you got to basically trade in your old tank to knock off a portion of that cost.
Chris Berserker on YouTube says that he really appreciates the matchmaking changes and the game feels more fun now. Great to hear. Ty on Facebook says he wants a sheriff account back. There is going to be a sheriff account in May, so keep your eyes out for that. Yeah, Tomislav was just talking about the tank trade events, which I think you were just talking about. We have done that in the past. I think it is on a temporary basis when we do it. We don't know when the next one's going to be.
You know, Necromonger, as much as I would love to throw a Type 59 your way, it's funny, we've had people submit support tickets offering us $5,000.
I've gotten offered some really weird stuff in exchange for a Type 59, guys, and like some of it was serious. We can't actually credit out Type 59s generally in very, very specific circumstances. There's a tight lid on the Type 59 jar at the moment.
13 Disciple, my beard will never look like Cabbage's beard. One time, last year, I tried, but so like once the mustache stuff kind of starts coming in, it just gets so itchy, and I can't do it.
100.
They want count-ins.
Oh, sorry, we'll do it.
It's too late.
Sorry, Silent Demise.
We're not even in sheriffs, guys. You can't kill us for gold anyway.
It's true. They just
and there's a chance of me being on your team, and then therefore your chance of victory decreasing.
You're better than I am.
Yeah, marginal. Not my stats as of late.
We'll do count-in for the next one, I promise, man. As far as premium Artie, somebody asked a question about that. Sorry, I missed who had it. I think the main reason is there's questions about how popular it would be, and there's also questions about where we'd get the source material. I'm not going to pretend like we're always 100% historically accurate. We build some stuff from some questionable blueprints sometimes, but I do believe there's a lack of possible premium Artie relative to the other classes.
I do want to say something to the point about the Leafblower. And this is probably an unpopular opinion. I mean, it definitely is an unpopular opinion, since the popular opinion is the Leafblower is overpowered and broken. But like, you can't bring 3 Arties in a match into a platoon anymore. Like, the most broken part about that tank is no longer an issue. Honestly, I don't even like playing mine in by itself, because like I'm constantly landing shots right next to my targets and splashing them for 0 damage. That said, like, I'm not, a World of Tanks mechanics expert. I'm not super well versed in all the metas, so you guys are probably onto something when you say that it's overperforming. So I'm not gonna argue that. But personally, my experience with the Leafblower has been extremely underwhelming now that you can't bring 3 of them in a platoon.
I think it's great, personally.
I mean, that is like
just because
that's a fair.
At least it doesn't have stun.
Yeah, that's silver lining, but it has that heat shell, which is also nasty.
Yeah, that was a really bad.
I'm just kind of driving around because I don't know where to go on this map.
There was a question. Oh, can you explain what you meant by changes to light tanks and wheeled vehicles in Frontline? Did I say something about light tanks and wheeled vehicles in Frontline, or are you referring to an article? I'd have to check the article.
I think some discussion was mentioned at some point about. Because I know, like, one of the common points about Frontlines that I've seen doing feedback reports was that there's a lot of wheeled tanks and light tanks. That mobility seems to be kind of the key stat for Frontline. And yeah, it's sort of a lot of comments to the effect of clown cars and blah blah blah, etc. And I think that's a little harsh, but I understand what you're saying. They're hard to hit and they have lots of mobility. So then if you've got 29 other tanks to worry about, you can't necessarily dedicate the amount of attention you need to that wheelie boy that's zooming past you at 80 kilometers.
Bit of a pickle here. I might have to load some winning rounds.
I'm just enjoying my scenic drive because there's nowhere for me to scout.
Oh, Terrapin got one of the Cody Men's Lanson rentals. Cool. We're going to be doing more of those now on. Via the same way, and probably in other ways too. There's going to be more rental opportunities for new tanks.
Oh, let me in.
So,
oh!
Nice. That was fun.
Oh, no, wait. Let me get out of your way, man. Please. I'm sorry.
Please no squish.
I'm sorry.
Please no squish.
Okay. All right.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it, 13 Disciple. We've had mixed feelings. He said that he liked how we're running Frontline. I've heard good things and bad things about it. I'm just happy it's back. Like, that's enough for me. We went such a long gap without
Oh
having
my
frontline.
god, that was terrible. I'm bad, and I should feel bad.
I think I'm just gonna push down because I like being aggressive and I'm bored. I'm gonna make this super play here. That's how you make moves. JB John is playing right now.
Oh, he got me?
Is he?
I was hoping he wouldn't be able to thread that shot.
Oh no, you're dead. Why are you dead?
Because I decided to drive up the hill in my EBR at a grand total of 5 kilometers an hour.
That'll teach me to auto-aim.
I hit every rock on my way up the hill that I possibly could.
We're getting some nice effective flanking here. I'm gonna try and ram kill this scorpion if I don't die. Come on. Ram the scorpion! Yes!
Hey!
And then his buddy got ammo racked right behind me. I was gonna save the shot for him, but I guess I could have just shot the scorpion. Oh well.
Yeah, but the ramming kill.
Yeah, but the whole idea was I was gonna ram and then kill his friend with the shot.
Yeah, that would be a lot more styling.
I did not realize that Mr. Progetto here was full.
Oh yeah, you're dead.
Yeah. But I think I did my job. We cut up that middle ground. We won the fight. It's a pure tier 8 battle, so that's our second in 3 tier 8 matches of those. That's pretty cool. Can you guys change frontline next year? Yeah, definitely. Definitely different next year. We're even talking about adding a second map this year.
We're probably not going to add Clan Wars tanks to Sheriff accounts because that wouldn't be fair to clan people who worked really, really hard to get those tanks. Matt, appreciate the feedback. Glad you liked the new matchmaker. I'm personally really thrilled with it, so I'm glad we're on the same page, man.
Yeah, so Tomislav, a Sheriff account is an account that grants 250 gold to anyone who destroys you. We have them. Your community contributors have them. Your Mountain Mans, your Tribes Monkeys, your Overlord Primes of the world. And then we also run special event weekends every couple of months where we recruit volunteers via the stream and the forums. And you can sign up and get a Sheriff account for the weekend. It's basically a demo account with almost all the tanks in the game, a bunch of gold and stuff, and we ask you to play that throughout the weekend and go get blown up so you can give gold to people.
Scum of the earth. Your foot falls off in the desert. Do you not waste energy carrying it in hopes that you will be able to use the spare energy to get out of the desert, or do you keep it and hopefully to reattach it? Not only can you hopefully reattach it, but you got a spare food source right there, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say you keep it. You might be able to get some water out of the blood in there too. Like, you know, if you're lost in the desert, stuff gets real fast.
Use it as bait. Try to capture yourself some dinner. You know. Maybe fashion yourself some kind of a foot hat.
You could use it as a weapon if you need to. Throw it at a rattlesnake to distract it. Jonathan asked you to please use the Tiger 2. Somebody else asked if it's possible to find out how many strikes you have in your account. I think if you submit a support ticket, they'll tell you.
I don't own the Tiger 2.
What?
So when I started playing tanks,
neither.
I started with German TDs because I saw Ferdinand at tier 8 and I was like, man, that sounds cool. I bet it has a really big gun. So then I signed up for a line of precision sniper support tanks, not knowing anything about the game, which was a big mistake. But yeah, I never went down the Tiger 2 line actually.
Monty said call a tow truck.
Oh no, I did go. The tow.
Do you get it?
Wait,
the puns.
Get out. There's the door.
Puns are
It's actually back there, but I can point this way.
If a tank falls in the forest and nobody is there, did it get auto repaired? You guys are on something else today, man.
Did you check the box? I could buy the Tiger 2, actually.
Yeah, please do stream snipe Jambi. That's what I need in my life, is to make the game harder for me. Josh says, fix for frontline. Do not allow attackers to objectives until all caps have been taken. I'm assuming... Oh, okay, so they can't get to the guns until all 9 of the cap zones have been taken.
That's interesting. It might... I feel like, honestly, personally, I felt like the frontline beta... it had a nice balance for attack and defense. It was a little bit in favor of the defenders, but I think that the kind of the changes that we made went a little too far in favor of the attackers. Some of my favorite spots were closed off from the side.
I'm actually gonna play the TS5.
What's
do
your
one more tier 8
favorite hidden gem? Like rare, like well-performing tank that somebody doesn't know? Or are you talking about like Easter eggs? My hidden gem is this little guy right here. Hold on, where is he? We'll switch to my place. See it? It worked. So the Type T34. You'll feel absolutely disgusting playing it because what you need to do is load APCR exclusively. But you get
just play this tank and load nothing but gold, guys. It's great.
You got.
I do that in the IS-6, by the way. I tell people the IS-6 is fine, and then I only shoot gold at it.
So if you have 190 millimeters of pen on a tier 5 medium tank, and you've got like way more DPM than a Cromwell at tier 6. So one time I got shot by an IS and managed to burn down his entire health bar before he reloaded with this thing. It's great fun. But yeah, you have to spend tons of credits. I honestly don't recommend it.
Hidden gem.
He's got audio.
Oh yeah, we couldn't get you.
I wish we got video. That's a step in the right direction. At least I'm in the platoon.
Sure, if I have a hidden gem, I'm not good enough to have a hidden gem. I would say that for me, the Poodle, the tier 6 Polish captured Panther medium, he doesn't like it. I love it, and
I'm not a fan of the aim time. The aim time is very, very painful.
Yeah, that's right, Cody. I'm not orange now that I'm in Tragic Spot. It's almost like I'm being manipulated by whoever usually sits here into looking like I have a basketball for a head.
I mean, I kind of look like I got a nice tan going, and I'm not really pale, so I'll take the orange lighting. You know, so Jeep, I don't want you to feel like we're ignoring you. He's mentioning the
you did. Don't forget the countdown.
Wars tanks. Oh yeah, countdown.
I'll do the countdown. I'll make you commander. So,
okay.
Somebody asked if I could play the Type 5.9. I will play the Type 5.9 next game. We'll bust
yeah, to the effect of the Clan Wars tanks. So you got to keep something in mind, right? Only the top X% of clan players are going to be getting these Clan Wars tanks each season. So to get into that percentile, arguably, you have to be a really good player. So then if your opinion of this tank is based solely on the performance of the people who are playing the tank, which are the best players, then I'm not saying like, you know, the tank is perfect and it doesn't need to be balanced or whatever. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is that your sample is being taken from the top percentile. So like every single person you see in that T95 Chieftain, chances are that is a really, really good player. So maybe it's not the tank, maybe it's the guy driving the tank. I mean, just consider that as a potential explanation.
Jonathan says, why was the 430U released as a fully upgraded MBT while the Leopard 1 is the base model? Also, crew injuries in the 430U were staggering in real life, but not in game. I can't speak to that, Jonathan. You might be completely right, and the game is just wrong and biased. As far as why the Leopard 1 is the base model, it's the same reason that the M60 in the game is the base model. We chose the timeline, and we're trying to stick to the models that occur within that timeline, which is why we don't have like the later versions of the M60, like the was the Star. There was a whole, because obviously the technology at that time in the Cold War advanced for tanks really rapidly. We tried to cut off right before that happens. I'm not sure about the concurrent development of the 430U. If that happened at the same time and we're giving it a different timeline, that is kind of bogus. I can't answer that as effectively as I would like to. I will look into the 430U real life thing. I wasn't actually aware too much of its real life service history, personally.
I mean, so to the comments of like, I wasn't. If you listen to what I was saying, I wasn't saying that is the only reason. I was just saying consider that as a potential explanation when you are kind of making your general opinion of the vehicle. I'm not a pro player, and like I suck. I have a 49% win rate after playing this game for 7 years. So of course, take my opinion of the vehicle with a grain of salt.
All right, let's go get in battle. Go ahead and ready up, and I'll do the. For those of you who don't know, I'll be typing the countdown into chat. You should wait till you see the go in chat and not.
Oh, that is not a tier. Oh, that's cool. It unreadied you.
Yeah, it did. That's
interesting.
And then it automatically took me to tier 5s too. Go by when it says go in chat, because the video is delayed, whereas the chat is much closer to live, so you have a better chance of getting in. And now I just hit because hello. Silent Demise asked what our favorite places to eat. Austin were, and I think I'm gonna be. It's a pretty typical response, but Torchy's Tacos is really awesome. You have to go if you come here. I'm a big fan of P. Terry's, which is like a local burger stand, kind of in the vein of In-N-Out, but in my opinion, better. Let me know here. I'm not trying to take a position in the Great Burger Wars, but if you come to Texas, try P. Terry's and tell me I'm wrong.
If somebody tells you that Whataburger is better than In-N-Out, though, they're lying to you.
I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah, like it's. You didn't do the
Whataburger
countdown.
is great.
Countdown, exit. Countdown.
Oh,
You did the countdown.
click
You did the countdown.
Ah!
All right, we're gonna do the countdown now. Yeah, I'd put Whataburger in and out in the same tier though. All right, here we go.
Well, we try to do this every Tuesday and Thursday when
go.
time permits.
Go.
Going. This mouse.
Here we go. Now it's a proper wargaming stream. We're talking about food, and the burger wars have started. That is better.
In general, let's see. Slab Barbecue is really good here in North
I haven't been to
Austin.
Slab.
A friend of mine works there. He's he's the pit master, I believe. I don't know exactly, but he cooks the meat. Slab is really good. Style Switch is a barbecue, one of my go-to barbecue joint when people visit. That's in kind of South Austin, downtownish area, Warren Airport. And then if we're not talking about barbecue, yeah, Torchy's for sure. I haven't found a go-to burrito place because Austin's burrito game is whack. I'll be honest.
Let's be like, okay, so we're both from the Bay Area. Well, I'm from Chicago originally. It's a long story. We both moved here from the Bay Area. The Bay Area has a specific burrito culture style that is, it's just not, it's different here, and I think we both prefer the Bay Area. As far as burritos, just burritos. Austin has converted me on many other topics, including the subject of breakfast burrito, which is a Bay Area thing, for sure, to the breakfast taco, which is a Texas thing, and I'm fully converted.
I'm a
breakfast tacos,
strong proponent of breakfast tacos.
Breakfast tacos. Let's give a round of applause for breakfast tacos. It's fantastic.
Hats
It's
off to
exactly
you,
what you
Texas.
think it would be. If you knew about breakfast tacos and you tell people about it, they're great.
Because in a breakfast burrito, you're limited to that one option, where you could have 3 different kinds of breakfast tacos if you want. 3 is kind of a lot, to be honest.
Heather says if you come to Pennsylvania, try Five Guys. We do have Five Guys here, and Five Guys is definitely solid. But I wonder if you're saying that the Five Guys in Pennsylvania are better than the Five Guys in Pennsylvania.
I haven't had the A1 burger. I'm not sure. Every time, honestly, Whataburger, you get the honey butter chicken biscuit. That's what you go. You go to Whataburger between 11 and 11, and you get a honey butter chicken biscuit. Any other option is wrong. Sorry, not sorry.
Really messed up artillery with the latest update, according to Dano on Facebook. I don't believe were there already changes.
No, there were. Not. It hasn't hit yet, but I think he's referring to
the yeah. Somebody else meant
upcoming RD changes that were announced.
Man, I'm not having any.
Ooh, whoops.
So I'm rocking the TS5 here. I highly recommend going and watching True Voodoo's video on the TS5 if you haven't seen it already.
I highly recommend watching all of his videos.
True Voodoo. Oh, that's true.
And really, his production value. Here's what I think is great about his videos too. His production value is his voice is therapeutic. The music he chooses is perfectly suited to his therapeutic voice. True is great. He got into ASMR, you know.
He does do ASMR on his stream. Evan on YouTube says, "What are you tomatoes doing?" I'm getting wrecked.
I'm tomatoing it up.
Yep.
Although, in my defense, I will have you know, I am a solid lemon or orange.
Yeah, I think I'm like a
I'm a lemon. I'm 49.8, and I've been perpetually stuck at 49.8 for about a year. Not more.
Hi says there's a burrito place in San Juan Capistrano that ruined all other burrito places in the world. Well, I'll have to take your word for it until I make it out to San. Matt K on YouTube says Austin is a place where you can get a burger inside of a donut. I think I'm gonna pass on that. I am fat enough.
I'm interested. Please send details.
I think I've heard of that before, but I have not tried it.
Apparently there's a dive bar somewhere downtown on 6th Street that has some of the best burgers in Austin.
I believe it. Austin, by the way, Austin has the most bars per capita of any city in the country. So if you
oh no
are a bar person,
I am so sorry. I was firing. You went into my reticle, dude. I hope I didn't damage that guy.
13 Disciple, for these premium account changes, am I going to have to buy both premium accounts to get all the bonuses, or is Watt simply shifting to its own version? When the shift happens, what's going to happen is if all of your current premium time is going to be matched by the new version of the premium time. So if you have 100 days of premium time, you're going to get 100 days of the new premium time, and they're going to run concurrently. So if you currently have premium time, when the new version comes out, you will get all the benefits of the new version applied to your current existing premium. After that, you'll have the option to purchase one or the other, I believe. I can't imagine there's going to be much of a reason to get the standard version anymore unless you are still playing both games really regularly. Or, you know, even all 3 games if you're a Plains person. By the way, Cody asked if we were World of War... I saw that when Domo was talking earlier.
Oh my god, team, help me.
He asked if we were World of Warplanes players. And then he asked us if we played World of Warplanes, what our favorite planes were. You know what's your favorite planes?
I like the TS5 and the Spitfire 1.
Did you say the TS5?
Not the TS5, sorry. The IL5. Gosh, it was the TL. I don't know. IL7.
It's been a while since I've played planes.
TS5.
Well.
TS5. I'm playing the TS5. I'm thinking of the TS5. No, it was a ground attack vehicle. I don't know. And then there was when the shift happened and they did like the new version. There was a premium German bomber at tier 6, I think, and I really liked the bomber. I thought it was really sweet being able to control my tail gunner.
I'm a big dumb. I totally didn't realize that my ammo rack was hit.
I chose to push this flank. Yourself included, man. Thanks for the support, Cabbage.
I did fine where I was. I think my favorite... I'm a big fan of the Focke-Wulf 190D9. It's just been a favorite of mine since IL-2 back in the day. But my favorite plane to play in World of Warplanes was probably the Shooting Star, the jet, the P-80 I think it was. Man, that thing was a absolute... Especially in World of Warplanes 2.0 where it was...
Cody Price has a good question. What happens if you don't purchase any of the premium time? Theoretically, nothing. However, you can platoon up with... if you platoon with someone who has the Tank's premium account, you will still enjoy that extra 15% credits bonus that's included in the platoon.
Yeah. Yeah, you won't lose the base bonuses, 13. And Randall, that is exactly correct. If you have 720 days of premium time now, what has happened is when the new premium time comes out, you will get 720 days of the new premium time, and they'll run and expire at the same time, just to make sure you get all the possible benefits. Thank you, Jamby John, for holding down the chat and posting those links for those of you. Wild Bill Cox says he's a fan of the F2A Brewster Beef. Back out of this game, looks like a pretty clear loss. Paris sucks. The TS5 is a fun tank, though. Even a scrub like me can do pretty well in a snowball game.
You know it'll be fun with the map ban feature. I wonder if a dev somewhere, is gonna have a dev somewhere.
Probably Minsk.
Presumably. Anyway, if there's gonna be we'll have rates, at least internal rates of like the most commonly banned maps, and then we can use that to kind of figure out which maps we should prioritize for rebalancing.
Silent Demise on Twitch. Oh, Jamie already answered him, but yeah, we don't have an official date. We will be doing some testing and taking more feedback before we get closer to rolling out that new premium. By the way, shout out to Silent Demise for those of you who are from the NorCal area. He's big involved in volunteering at or at least was. I think it's back now. I'm not sure if you're still doing Silent, but held down the SAC Land Fest at the Intel building in Rancho Cordova.
It was
Folsom, and both of us attended different events of those and had a great time. So shout out to Silent Demise. Thank you for helping out.
Computer has bad RAM. It's not my computer that you're looking at though. It's Cabbage's.
I played in Call of Duty tournaments and League of Legends tournaments.
Hey, next SAC Land Fest is June 14th to 16th at a new venue. Definitely check out Sacramento Land Fest.
If you're in NorCal, go do it.
Ton of fun. A bunch of charity. Like they raise a bunch of money for charity. It's huge. Like Extra Life is almost always there. Yeah, it's seriously like some of the most fun gaming events I've been to have been Sacramento Land Fest. There's a ton of Land Fest chapters all over the place too, so maybe you should definitely check that out. Grabbing a Type 59.
Yep, somebody asked for the Type 59, so I am busting it out.
And rammers. You're good to go.
Execrable asks, we didn't do a countdown?
Oh, I got to do countdown. X. Oh God, you should really be in control of this battle button.
Well, I have to
okay.
do the typing.
I'm ready this time. I swear.
Sorry, something else. All right, I'm gonna do count in. It's gonna be tier 8 again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. All right. Execrable said, if the servers are shut down before my premium is out, do I get a refund? I don't think it'll let you buy that much premium, to be honest.
I don't know, man. I've got 7 years of premium right now.
So Domo and I have a scam. Don't tell the warships, guys. But we have a scam. We still have warship strips from back in the day when everyone got warships gold drips. And we don't really play warships that much, so we use our warships gold to buy premium. We have stacked up a lot of premium side.
Actually, Randall, the May scavenger hunt is looking good. It's sorry about that.
Oh, I hear you. Exactly.
The May scavenger hunt, it's looking good. I just talked with the folks that would be in charge of kind of making that all operational, and it sounds like we are on track. We are trying to make a bunch of improvements to the format. So ideally, kind of the 3 main points that I want to hit. First of all, schedule. Folks were a little bit confused or just kind of didn't know where to go because we just told you the first channel where you need to start looking, and then all after that it was all up to the CCs and up to you guys to keep track of that. So what I would like to do is either have a master schedule that gets posted at the beginning of the month, or an article that gets updated daily with whose page you need to visit on that particular day to get your code. The first thing, schedule. Second thing, tracking. So ideally, we want to have a way for you to essentially be able to log into the game and see exactly how many codes you've gotten credit for thus far. Not sure if it's going to be like exactly how I want it to run, where you would be able to just log in and see. It might have to be triggered by a mission, so there might be some kind of a really easy mission like play a battle and you get like a repair kit or something, and that would kind of be used as a counter to see how many completed that mission, and then know that you've completed that mission X amount of times, therefore you have redeemed X amount of codes. That would be the kind of the stopgap solution. And then the last thing that we want to kind of fix is folks weren't very happy with the fact that they needed to log in.
I'm gonna need you to cover me because I have to run. There's nobody here with me.
I'm getting nuked pretty bad. Do what I can.
Looks like I'm. Yeah, I was up there.
Oof.
Took a shot.
Got you on the tail. Sorry, sidetracked. Gosh, what was the last thing? Oh yeah, so gathering codes for an entire month, and then finding out that you only have one weekend during which you happen to be busy to get credit for these codes. Not very satisfying. I totally get that. So what we want to do is have the missions run concurrently with the scavenger hunt. So ideally, you will be able to get online, grab your code, punch in your code, log into the game client, and get your prizes for that code immediately, all on the same day, or back them up a week, etc. But yeah, having them run during the entire month will address that.
Cody said, "Do I think we'll do another event like we did for the T3485M?" I forgot the T3485M event. Wasn't it just a marathon? Was it different?
It was
I
a marathon.
don't remember, guys. I'm sorry.
It was a marathon.
Time flies by. So we have a marathon running right now for the TS5. Randy says, Cabbage, besides me, what was your favorite part about Massachusetts?
You, obviously.
Yeah, definitely Randy. I have to be honest, it was definitely the American Heritage Museum guys, and the guys who work there are so awesome. Owen and Ken took us around. They showed us the ropes. They showed us the treads. They let us use their fancy moving cart to bring in $400 worth of pizza. But yeah, guys, it opens in May. If you're anywhere near Massachusetts, go do yourself a favor. Go to the American Heritage Museum when it opens. It is the coolest tank museum in the U.S. that I have been to. And Chieftain says the same thing, and he's been to all of them, so take his word for it.
So the enemy team has now figured out that there is only a mutant 430 and Type 59 guarding his flank. And now they're pushing.
Yep. Yep, they have.
Now on the plus side, I got 3,000 block damage.
I've been getting a lot of...
All I can do to this T95 is track it. That's it.
Basically. But we have some nice gentlemen saying... I'm sorry, I can't...
there it is.
I can't speak Cyrillic. Or you don't read Cyrillic that well.
I'm gonna step out real quick. My phone has been blowing up and I want to just make sure it's not an emergency.
Okay, fair.
Whoop.
Thanks, David. I'm trying to play better. Most of it's just me being bad combined with trying to answer questions. Oh no! I can't believe I whiffed that shot on that T-54. Oh no, sound the shame bell on that one, boys. That was tragic. That was a tragic miss. Ba-dum-bum. I gotta do my own beats now. Can't believe that mod 1 is still alive. It's a disgrace to my... There we go. Solved that. With one error removed. That missed. Oh, and there I go. To the bat chat. Well, that one didn't go that well. I did most of my help on the assisted damage, but I think I was mildly productive. You know, we try and help the team win as best we can, but sometimes Domo drags us down and we lose. Another almost all tier 8. Nope, I'm wrong. This is a 5-10, 9 tier 9 tier 8 split. So we've had like 2 all tier 8 matches, 1 normal 3-5-7, and then a 5-10. So yeah, I would say that at least in this subjective play session, we're having a dramatic change in our tier 8 match. We've only been playing tier 8. And we've had a pretty dramatic change in the matches we've been seeing. I would expect that probably at least 3 of the matches under the previous matchmaker would have been 3-5-7. Some benefit. Cody says, can you play the Chinese patent? It's tier 8. The 59 patent? Sure thing. I'll go next. Bill popped in on Facebook. Says, howdy, y'all. Howdy to you. I'm trying to embrace howdy. Been in Texas for a year now. Y'all is real natural. Y'all's an amazing word. I don't know how I lived without it. Howdy's a bit harder. It feels like I'm intruding on Texan territory when I say howdy. So I'm not there yet with howdy. But I'm a big fan of y'all. That me?
It was a drastic...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I always want to, like, open the door after 5 because it starts to get real warm. You good?
Yeah, cool.
What in tarnation is not? I was talking about Texasisms. Ain't.
I'll tell you what a Texasism is.
Oh yeah?
Not pulling into the freaking intersection at a yellow light. Why? What is up with that? Like, you know, like you're standing at a green light, and you don't have that protected turn. First person in the intersection should drive into the intersection. Therefore, when the light turns yellow, they and the person behind them can turn left. People don't like doing that here for some reason, and I just stand there throwing my hands up wondering why I can't turn when I should be able to turn.
Because it's dangerous, and you only got used to it because Bay Area traffic.
I feel that access roads condition people to be worse drivers.
I got a blueprint road for the M7 Priest that I am never getting.
What are we playing?
I'm going to play the 59 patent this game.
Patent, okay.
I actually led our team, despite only doing 600 something damage.
I did nothing remarkable.
Oh, DNA Man was in that match. I know DNA Man. He's a good guy.
It's kind of pitiful. My win rate in the Lanson is 20%. It'll be better than that. I'm gonna have a few battles done. You think the patent KR will get a buff one day? I hope so.
Yeah, I'm a big patent KR fan.
I hope that the patent KR and the Mutts get a little bit of love. And like honestly, while the patent is getting a little bit of love, I'd like the Pershing to get too.
Likewise.
And the T-32. All my tier 8 American tanks. Just buff them all.
Is the plan to release the new...
No, I hit the button. I hit no.
No counter on this one. Domo hates you guys. At least hates playing with you guys.
I'm sorry.
I would definitely like. I would definitely. Oh, someone said that's illegal in Texas.
What?
The yellow turn.
It doesn't block the intersection. Like the lanes around
I
are
think
going
if
straight.
you're abiding strictly by the terms of the traffic code, I don't believe you're allowed to be within that box of the intersection unless you're completely.
I believe your first axle can be in the intersection.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna have to read up on driving laws.
We're gonna look up Texas driving code, and we're gonna figure this out.
Because I've been told that lane splitting on a motorcycle is also not legal here.
Correct. Currently, there are only 2 states, and the second state just legalized it. So I'm playing the 59 patent, which is a relatively rare tank that for some reason we decided to put a patent turret on a Type 59 hull and call it a tank. It's got a big old tumor hatch on the top that people like to shoot, but it's a pretty fun tank. It's got gun depression.
After it got buffs, it's fun.
Yeah, it has really nice gun depression, which is really nice for a Chinese tank. So I guess it's a pretty niche audience. But if you're a Chinese medium player and you want to just be able to occasionally get your nice highly trained crew in a tank with gun depression, this is the tank for you. Unfortunately, not a lot of Chinese medium players out there. It says people rarely hit the hatch. Maybe people don't hit your hatch. Maybe my hatch. Oh yeah, that's right. I believe the 59 patent has preferred. No, it doesn't.
Not the tumor. It's not.
That's not the tumor. Is that what you're doing?
There's somebody in chat. Not a tumor.
Get them out of here. Man, Arnold. Sadly, Arnold impressions are so 15 years ago. Matt Davis.
I do a decent one, so.
Matt says, "Can you? No reason to play the 1-2-1." I actually kind of agree with you, and I think it's sad, and I hope it gets better. I have the 1-2-1. You're right. There is no, in terms of just like what is something this tank do that other tanks don't do better.
Yeah, because if you're gonna play the 1-2-1, you might as well play the 1-13.
Yeah, or any of the heavy ends that fall a little closer. And if you want to go a bit in the other direction, playing with some of this team.
I hate this spot.
I think if they just gave it some gun handling. Oh, it's okay. It's going on paintball mods. Gun depression is that good. Oh wow. Okay, that wasn't in the tumor. It was just in the very. Still though, look at that angle. That was like right at the top of the turret.
Why would you massacre my boy Domo like that, Cabbage? You ain't gotta annihilate his Arnold impression like that. Thank you. Thank you, scum of the earth.
Did I massacre it? Like if mine was better?
I think, I don't know.
I can do more Arnold if you guys like. It was a frequent bit of mine and my friends when I was younger. And Arnold was governor.
Get to the chopper!
No.
No.
Come to my after-school program. We'll pump you up.
That was pretty good. Where are all the red tanks? I see 3 of them.
Oh, that poor Wheezy just got ammo racked right in front of me. What? That had it. Yep, see, there you go. I just got pinned by a light tank in my tumor. Captain Ninetails telling me that people don't hit the tumor.
Jonathan, have you had a chance to take your Pref MM tanks out during peak hours after the fixes? Because one of the comments I was seeing, you know, when looking at feedback about the matchmaking changes was that preferential matchmaking feels a lot more comfortable now. So I do encourage you to you know, try to take those out when you can, and you will kind of be able to try that out for yourself. I don't know. I haven't really played my prefs much, so.
Oh, choke. Really shouldn't be using Ridgeline War to go black. for support. I think we've got an advantage. But I need somebody with market.
Well, I apologize, but I'm now on the opposite end of the map.
No worries. How you liking that Lance and Domo?
You know, I thought I really liked it, but apparently I have a 20% win rate, so... No, I like it a lot. I haven't really played it much, but it feels like a kind of a more comfortable T-34-3, minus the preferential matchmaking and the armor. Oh, there's an S1 red line sniper in the corner.
Krzerker says that he wants preferred matchmaking on the Panther 88, and I am 100% with you on that topic. I dearly wish... How did I just... What? My shell just bounced off that T-92. It has no armor. How? This game...
Oh, no.
This game...
I'm in trouble.
Who makes this game? I must have hit an auto bouncing. Oh man, there's my boy! Amora says you're the hero in the end. I hope so. I hope so, Amora.
Is that the Wheezy?
Uh...
Oh, no, not in this game. Okay, never mind. You were looking at chat. Oh yeah, I see. I see. I thought you were looking.
Pete on Facebook says I need to get myself on the PC version. Hey, there's nothing wrong with console, but yeah, I mean, PC's better, of course. I might be a little biased in my analysis.
Not like product we work on or anything like that.
But I mean, even outside of World of the Tanks, I've always been a bit... once you get the hang of mouse and keyboard, it's hard to train for, like, shooting.
You know, it's funny, I have friends who've been playing a lot of Apex. And some of them have switched floors now.
Well, that says a lot about the company you keep.
Well, you know, I will continue to judge them for it because you know, PC, all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's especially in a game like Apex where it's so twitched. Can't imagine that. We're just gonna farm this Pantera, guys. He's not going anywhere. It's gonna be my best game of the day. It's because I'm farming this.
I shoot the side scraping JP2 and bounces.
Oh man, how is no one else hitting this guy? I'm just getting free shots forever.
Progetto has just been trolling me all game.
Shots on the JP2. All right, this is a good game. The 59 Patton's a great tank. Clearly,
please nerf.
Tracked. Repaired.
Not delivery, it's Progetto.
It looks like a totally different game. I mean, it is, Pete. I mean, obviously, it's very closely related, but the renderers, like the game, are two completely different things.
It's actually one of the reasons, the primary reason why we don't have like transfers between, say, you know, log into console, play your same tanks on PC, vice versa, because they're so radically different. The way their modules are set up, like you buy packages instead of individual modules. There's different amounts of XP and credits required to progress through different lines, etc. There's just two different products, and then compound that with the fact that you're also dealing with Microsoft and Sony. You know, they have separate policies, etc. Just like combining them all together, it's just impossible at this point. As awesome as it sounds, you know, it just
RISM did 3,600 damage.
Did Jack Dilley
Did more? You're top 5. But I got to just farm.
I got spotting and whatnot. Yeah, I got 1.3 assisted, so that helped.
Babaha, I'm not sure what Babaha tank is, friend. I want to help you. I'm not sure what Babaha means. Scum of the Earth says, stop being modest, Domo. Calling yourself bad. We can tell you're an epic gamer just by seeing you wear a cap backwards in 2019.
I'm actually wearing my cap backwards because there's a logo on the front. But I could really tie it together.
There's a logo on the back too.
Yeah, but it's a lot smaller.
It's a skateboard company. Actually, I haven't seen that logo repped in a while.
Yeah, like using crackers. That was a good skate video. Anyway, that said, oh, my joke was gonna be like I could get a can of sugar-free Monster, and then, you know, I'd be a baby boomer.
I feel like Amora is running the longest troll job ever, because he comes in every chat and he compliments me and says I'm the best player ever, and I feel like he's setting me up one day to just like unleash a fail compilation of me playing poorly on stream and be like, I lied the whole time. You're terrible. But thank you for the kind words. I hope.
YouTube has an interesting idea. Put the T22 in the Bond shop. Like, I mean, you know, theoretically, like.
Roman dude says, "Can I get some EEs?" I'm in the chat. Did you see? Yeah, oh, you were just saying that. Yeah. Oh, hey, Jolly Grim's here. How's it going, Jolly Grim? Jolly Grim is a Twitch streamer. I'm at Twitch/Jolly Grim, and he also showed up at our PAX South event. Good guy. Not as much as I wanted. I got kind of cornered at that event by some friendly older gentlemen who were very excited to discuss the game, which I'm always happy to do. But I do try and talk to as many people as I can when we go to events because I really appreciate the people who come out and hang out with us. Rand says, I thought you were good too. Maybe that match, if you looked at only that match, you'd be like, alright, he's okay. He knows how to farm AFK Panteras for 2,000 damage. Are you playing the M60?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
For memes.
Oh,
I even have my Doge camo on it for the memes.
Alright. I'm gonna bring other... We're gonna be reward boys.
Oh, no, I didn't forget this.
Counted. Tier 10 counted.
Every time.
We're doing it.
Literally every battle so far.
Oh.
13 Disciple noticed that the new update is not about antenna physics.
Man, I keep trying to push antenna physics, and they're just like, I mean, that'd be nice, but it's not really priority. And then I'm like, yeah, but bouncing antennas.
Like, we could put flags on the antennas. Like, come on.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. GG says you guys get Clan Wars tank, not fair. We don't get them automatically. We have a process. We have to trade some of our bits to get them, but we do get them, and it's not fair. And you know, we gotta have some perks for.
It's the only snowball's chance in hell I have of ever getting these reward tanks. So yeah. I mean, I'll take the few perks that I can get.
Reward tanks are we don't have like a co-napping space or whatever like some other tech companies. We just get reward tanks. YouTube said it wasn't fair to add them to sheriff accounts.
Well, we did, and we got in trouble for it.
Well, we got in trouble because somebody.
Well, specifically, we got Mountain Man in trouble for it.
Well, Mountain Man again. It's a long story. We're gonna do it. Gen Ministers, what is the plan for moving seal clubbing from low tiers 1 to 3 and possibly 4? Once you get snared with only buying one crew skill active for that.
Epic derps a lot in game and Epic Gamer Domo with the backwards cap in game.
Interesting stream, by the way. Alright, I'll settle for interesting. It's not technically an insult or a compliment.
we're trying.
You could find a lot of things interesting. Yeah, so seal clubbing sucks. I'm not a fan of it. As far as what can be done to deal with it, it's hard because we don't want to tier restrict people for a lot of reasons. I think the main thing we can do is stop having vehicles that obviously benefit from that, which we get a lot of stuff about the PZ2J. The PZ2J, it's actually not that fun to play, so most people who get it actually, in my opinion, don't end up playing it that long. I think the T67 is actually the biggest seal clubbing problem. I think Quickie Baby agrees with me on that, and he's probably the one who convinced me of it.
I'd say the Panzer B2.
The Panzer B2, both, yeah, because the Panzer B2 is like once you know where to shoot it, it's not as bad.
It used to be really bad before it got the HD model.
Yeah,
and the
that's
HD
true.
Model kind of removed some of those.
It had the opposite of the Panzer 5.4.
Yeah, the weird auto.
Hello.
Angles. No, Panzer 5.4 also got got hurt in the HD model.
Yeah, the turret got worse. Model. Panzer 1C is really annoying. Yeah, the Panzer 1C can be pretty strong. David says, when is Chieftain going to play with you guys? I'm actually trying to get Chieftain on here for a stream one of these days. It's a bit hard. Chieftain actually lives in San Antonio. He's got a young family down there. So I'm hoping to get Chieftain on here. We'll let you guys know on our social media page ahead of time before we do a Chieftain stream.
Why does it 268?
I would like to cover some historical stuff with Chieftain on stream. Specifically, we're going to do an M4 Sherman defense force stream, as I consider him the president of the M4 Sherman Defense Force, and I'm a member. So we want to get out here and defend the Sherman against people who read that book from the guy who was a mechanic and thinks he's an authority on all things tank related. But we will get Chieftain on stream for sure. And we'll talk about some American tanks, and we will play some American.
Oh, this tumor on them. They're really easy to hit.
Yeah, that's why you play this tank, because it's actually good. Okay, well... We got an all tier 10 game. So I think so far today we've seen 1 357 time. The rest has all been 510, all same tier. So new matchmaker is definitely delivering the stuff for us. Frank says it's cabbage and he's not orange or blue. I know, crazy. It's crazy what happens when Tragic's not in charge of my lighting, right? Jeep says, can you guys do giveaways? We're not going to be doing any today. We will do giveaways at some point in the future on these streams. We were happy to point you in the direction of places you can go get free stuff, though, like the scavenger hunt that Domo will be launching next month. Do we have anything going on right now that we could point to?
CCs, not all the CCs have given out their TS5s yet.
Oh, the TS5 rental codes?
No, so I spoke with EU. We're not doing rental codes. They didn't want to do them for the TS5 because players can earn the TS5 for free in-game. But they have permanent TS5s. Each CC has the one that they're giving away, so theoretically 28 TS5s total up for grabs. Yeah, unfortunately no codes for the next tank will have codes.
So who are some CCs that could go?
Cody Menz is great. He
you just stopped by and chatted.
He did. He always stops by, which is great. Cody Menz, for those of you who don't know him, he runs wattguru.com, which is great. Lots of awesome guides on there. I actually would bum his map guides when I was writing my Map Monday guides, and it's still his thumbnails sometimes. He also streams. He's got a great stream. Check him out on Twitch. Guido1212 on YouTube and on Twitch. On Twitch it's Guido1212 CARTL, which is the cartel. That's the clan that he's in. He's Guido1212 cartel on Twitch, and just regular Guido1212 on YouTube. Who else? We got Sophie Line. We've got Trobs Monkey. True Voodoo. We gave him a shout out earlier. True Voodoo is great. Germ. Oh gosh. We got Germ. Speaking of gosh, we've got Goshism. Who else? Ominous Fixin. We've got Togrim. Gosh, people's names escape me. Xander P.
Alright, now Jamie John, link all of those channels. All of them.
Dude, Cody Menz. Jeep says Cody Menz is the nicest dude ever. Seriously,
he is
I
a really
love
nice guy.
Cody so much.
I mean, all of our CCs are great, though. We haven't had any drama in our program.
No, I seriously love all of my CCs. The reason I love Cody specifically in this context was because he was an absolute tremendous help for all of the scavenger hunt stuff that we had going on in the past. So thank you, Cody, for being so involved with the scavenger hunt. Like, you seriously made my life a million times easier. Klaus Kellerman, another one of our YouTube contributors. I'm just gonna keep rattling people off until I forget. Oh, I mentioned Sophie, Matt. I didn't miss her.
Traded a lot of hit points here.
I think we should definitely when the FAQ that the Tragic is working on. We should definitely add. Will you remove Artie? No, as a question.
Yeah, I mean.
Sorry, guys, you can't remove a class that has been in the game since its conception, and players have invested millions and millions of credits, free XP, gold, and regular XP into. You can't just remove it. Definitely things can be done about it. We are doing stuff about it. But yeah, you're not yet. What are you gonna do for all those players that you take their arty away, that they've spent so much time and money and
And that's about 20% of the
tears
player
on.
base, guys.
Yeah.
20% of the player base plays arty frequently or as their main class. So, you know, hopefully we get arty to a place where it's balanced. And then I don't think we're never going to make the game so that everyone is happy with it. It's not actually possible to do. But, you know, if it's balanced and it's fair and it doesn't take away from the gameplay, I think that is the goals we strive for. Which I think we're in a better place than we were. This we're in a cap race, but I feel like we lose.
You know, I did hear about Cody's Twitch partner thing. I actually reached out to Cody the day he found out. We talked about it in great length. However, like, we don't actually have that much influence over. Can't just simply go to Twitch and say, hey, you need to make this guy partner. Unfortunately, that's not how business relationships work in today's world.
Yeah, and definitely if I had the ability to help Cody become a partner, I 100%.
That said, however, it is a priority for me, growing my CC's channels and seeing them succeed. Like, that is the ultimate end game goal for me. So yeah, of course, it's a priority and we're invested in making it happen. But we can't directly just make Twitch do it. We have to support Cody and support CCs like Cody in growing their channel and helping them come up with cool activities for them to do, to ultimately get towards that goal, right? As opposed to directly making it happen. Fortunately, I'm doing it. Playing over there. Oh man! Oh,
Cap race.
Ooh!
Silent Demise had a long question a little bit ago on Twitch.
Let me scoot up there, see if I can find Silent's question. Unlock blueprint parts with universal fragment. So he's happy that we added the blueprint rewards, but as a player who has a lot of tanks unlocked already, he doesn't seem to get national fragments very often. So far, only has gotten 1 national and 37 universal fragments, which he can't use because he's not getting national fragments. Can there be a change so that you're more likely to get fragments from nations or lines that are not finished? That is honestly, that's a really great suggestion, because I think like the feature theoretically was kind of implemented as a way to make that grind make that grind like more enjoyable, specifically for new players, right? But that said, like, the kind of the advantages for existing players who have researched a lot of those lines, they aren't quite as apparent, and that definitely was some of the feedback that I brought in when I sent off that last feedback report about it. However, that is a great suggestion, and I'd be happy to pass that on. That's a good point. If you have a bunch of universal fragments, you still need those national fragments to use them. Maybe some kind of, like, even like a, you know, the recombobber, the thingamobber, the transmogrifier that comes with Christmas, where you plug in shards and it gives you like a random drop. Maybe even something like that at the very least would be cool.
So I think our Russian friend was referring to the FE215B183. He did just say the F15215, but I'm assuming he's talking about his
The Baja.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Well, here's what we can do. I have a 215.
Is this the Baja? Let's just play. Yeah, we'll both.
I have a 215B. So I'll bring my 215B, and you can bring the Death Star, and then in one way or another, we will have satisfied his request.
Sounds good. So we got about 20 minutes left here. We'll get a few more games in, answer a few more questions, and then we're gonna head out and oxygen, yeah, and food. Catacoin on Twitch says, Wargaming is doing things in the right direction, no question. Keep it up. We want to help the game for the next years. So do we. A lot more cool stuff on the way, guys. A lot more cool stuff we have not been able to talk about at all yet. So, keep an eye on our news portals for...
Stay tuned on the what. I put a gun-laying drive on it, but that's...
You have to think something about Artie. It's way too powerful, in my opinion.
Well, actually, Artie nerfs are incoming.
Yeah, there are some stun nerfs coming, so we'll see how those go. Jonathan says you already lowered the amount of time of RD per side. Do it again. So the excuse on why the amount of RD per side is not getting reduced again right now is if we reduced it to 2 per game or 1 per game, every single game would have 2 or 1 SPG in it. And the current feeling in the development team is that it would be better to have a variety of games where you have 3, games where you have 2, games where you have 1, games where you have 0, than it would be to just always have 2.
Got you, boy. I got you.
Oh,
we ready for the countdown? Yeah, he told me not to forget the countdown this time.
I hope this is the Babaha. I'm playing the Babaha. Here we go. Counting down. Tier X. Countdown. 1. Go. Reminder to use you in stream. Go when the text says go, not when you see the video, because the video is always going to be a bit behind. Cryptic starts with the excuse. Yeah. I mean, you know, it might be an excuse. I'm just telling you what I've heard when we've asked that same question. I personally am a fan. I think 3 is a bit too much, because if you get focused by 3, it's a really bad time. But I also see some validity in the point that it'd be better to have 3 every 3 matches than have 2 every single.
Appreciate that, boy. Keeping me on my toes.
So I'm loading Hesh because that's what you do in this thing. And if you don't load Hesh, I don't know what you're doing. Rampant Carnage says, will the new premium time keep the current bonuses to XP and credits? It's that I've seen. So there'll be more information coming about that premium time before we hit it's coming out. But yes, you will have the same current bonuses to XP.
Yeah, sure. My understanding is that like you will at the very least have that 50. What I am trying to figure out, and I asked sleeping, I'm trying to figure out is whether you will get 50 or 60%. Because I know World of Warships premium time gives you 60%, but then the trade-off is that they don't give you all the extra goodies with the map ban and all that good stuff. So I'm thinking maybe the good stuff, so to speak, is instead of the extra 10 credits. You know, arguably you're making more than an extra 10%.
Yeah,
I was not thinking very clearly.
Some of you saw that War Child popped up in game chat. Yeah, see, this is Cryptic Shock. This is what I always love about it. It was not fun. I did 6,000 damage, but I wish I did 6,000 damage and could be like, yeah, that wasn't fun. I mean, I just wish I did. Let's be honest. I don't think I've had a 6K. I think I've had a 5K game. I don't think I've ever hit.
I'm getting shot. So this is what you've done to me, War Child. Stop being nice.
I wonder if he's watching stream or if he just happened to be in the game.
Well, you didn't comment on the stream. Huh?
This T-57 is trying to bait me so hard.
Yeah, so Rich says that what was nice about the Warships premium was that it was cheaper for a while. Yeah, so I you know, I wasn't like, I mean, I was around, but I wasn't playing ships at the time of the launch, so I honestly have no idea. But
I wish I could keep up with ships. It's just too much.
I heard it was like but yeah, honestly, to me, like I exactly like I already like, even with all the, you know, extra goodies that I get for doing wargaming, like it's a lot of time, man. You know, like. Oh no!
What happened?
I was trying to blind fire this M48 behind a bush, and literally EVR just goes flying into the shell as it's traveling.
Oh no! I feel bad because I tried to do an advanced move and then my shot. Oh no!
I'm just playing like a complete potato.
No, don't. Why would you bump me? I was just lining up a shot. Hang on. But he just.
Here, Syntax. No, come back.
Okay, apparently I'm not cutting it. Sucks. The T-57 hitting me. I'm not spotting him. What? What wizardry is this? Alright, I got it back up here.
Should I trade with this other 215 boy? I will, because I'm hold down and he's not.
I'm sorry, guys. I suck at tank destroyers, especially ones with rear-mounted turrets and slow reloads. Randall says, how do I get a job like yours where I can play games all day? I was actually, it's funny, because we were having some tech issues before the stream, and we were talking about it with our IT guy, and I was like, I only have about the 10 minutes before the stream starts to try and get ready for the stream and prep for the day. And I wish this is all I got to. But, oh, got a lot of other stuff. Almost got a feedback.
Will high fives make it back
so
to the
bad, I'm
shop?
sorry.
High fives.
I'm really bad at this.
So, Griffold, I hate having to finish in the top 10 rule. I seem to finish 11th place half the time. Will this ever change? Well, let me tell you about the top 10 rule. For many time, an extent of time before the top 10 thing was commonly used as a mission condition, that condition was actually win the battle. And essentially this condition is there so that you can't just click battle and then go, you know, watch TV or whatever. You actually have to play the game. But as players let us know, is that like you don't really have as much impact over the win as you do your position in the leaderboard. Your personal performance, you know, you have more of a chance to influence yourself landing in the top 10 than you do over winning the battle. So ultimately, it's less frustrating to try to make that top 10 rather than like having win the battle be a condition, because you could have an 8,000 damage game still end up.
Thanks for the kind words, Neil, on YouTube, and Amora again. I don't think I was the
You're
hero.
a hero.
I don't think I was the hero in that one. Pretty sure I whiffed every shot and died with
You're the
zero
hero
damage,
in
so
Amora's heart.
I'm feeling pretty down about that one. That was just.
Amore is Italian for love, right? So maybe that's Amora is another similar language.
All right, so we have time for one more game. So let's pick a good tank here for it. First good suggestion in chat, I will take. So we have one more game left. You make a recommendation. If you like it, we'll do it. Oh boy says at least you didn't eat a friendly EBR. Yeah, and if I did, that would have been a one-shot.
Definitely didn't do that. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I think he was saying at least I did. The armor of the F4005 is 15 millimeters. I shoot at it with HG of E100, 85 millimeter pen, and had no pen on the FV. Please explain, because I broke my keyboard. I'd have to see the replay and slow it down. It might have hit an auto bounce angle. It might have hit a piece of frame. It might have been a legitimate glitch, and we'd want to look at it. But that
1357, I am down. I love that tank.
Exposed. I actually would totally play the 113, but I don't have it on my non-sheriff account. So I otherwise would. But I think we could do 1357s. 1357s. I'm gonna play the GF because I'm terrible in French. Anthraxicus says the entire NA server is a glitch.
Anthraxicus. Wow. I mean,
okay.
With a name like that, I'd be hard pressed not to take your opinion seriously.
That seems like a reasoned position with a lot of logic backing it up. Been a long-running glitch now, coming up on 8 years this weekend. 8-year glitch, pretty impressive run.
No.
Mr. Great Productions on YouTube says, why'd you guys remove the BL-10 off the ISU 152? Now there's Defenders and Chrysler Ks running around. Wow, that was a while ago, Mr. Great. I actually would have to dig up the old design docs to find out why that happened, because I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay, I'm just gonna play it with 75% crew because I don't want to deal with having to.
Yeah, Lol on YouTube pointed out my premium time. I gave out the secret as to why I have so much early. Did it, Colin? Ah!
Oh, Oh, it's too late. I can't do it.
Sorry, guys. Cabbage and Domosa play talks. Maybe we'll try and fit one more game in after this one. So I have a meeting in 10 minutes, so I don't know if we're going to be able to do
I just want. It's just getting progressively warmer. It's like it's past the point of comfort.
We can just open.
It's past the point of comfort a long time ago.
I just.
Yeah, you're gone. Graceful, like a gazelle.
Like a deranged badger.
Boa boy, did you tell me to count in before I clicked the button? Because you said you were gonna tell me.
Zach on Facebook says do one more. Winemaker says you can fix seal clubbing by eliminating modules, crew benefits, directives at tier 4 and under. Yeah, that would help to an extent, Winemaker. I think that's a fair point. That would definitely, for example, I'm going outside of your tiers, but the T67 only gets really gross when you have all of those things stacked on top of it. But I think like the fundamental issue is just you have people with 20,000 battles going and playing against people with 20 battles, and that's just like really not fair because they probably don't even know how spotting it is. It's hard to deal with. You are mooning us, Cabbage. I don't think so.
Just a giant bay leaf. Oh my goodness, what was that? It was the T-54? Oh man.
Oh wow, don't auto aim. Auto aim is bad, apparently.
I'm just...
Oh no. I just got hit by that guy.
Yeah,
It looked a lot scarier than it actually was.
The T-54 hitting me with heat was scary.
Oh yeah, you're hurt.
Oh, lock on, man! Come on, that's...
That guy is a mega troll. I didn't shoot him either, and I'm trying to auto aim him, and I can't. And
I'm so used to the auto aim plus on the wheelie boys that like now I was trying to like click next to him.
I'm getting wrecked by
locking.
this guy. Oh man, we just got completely rolled by Kono Dio Da Butts. Well. I think I'm about out of steam today, guys, but we will do, since that one ended so quickly, we will jump out and do the talk battle, and Domo will do the count-in.
Yeah, I'll do the count-in, I promise. Get ready
wow.
for the talk.
That was so bad. The last two games have been just irredeemably bad, and will shame me forever.
My frame rate's kind of choppy on this laptop.
Here come the excuse.
Oh, really?
Here come the excuse train.
Really? I was
Pulled into the station.
I went into sniper mode and my frame rate dropped.
It's not my fault, it's my computer's the game, it's the software.
It's a stupid controller.
Warchild says we won our battle, no thanks to Cabbage's 0 damage in the 183. Hey, thanks Warchild, we appreciate it. Thanks for carrying us. Captain Ninetails says I am Dio. Are you really, Captain Ninetails? You completely destroyed us.
Yeah, we were in the bottom 5.
Yeah, Cryptic, I realized about halfway through that I shouldn't try and auto-aim him, and then I tried to aim manually, and then my engine was broken. The next thing I knew, I was dead. I'm not operating very fast right now. So.
In my vast wisdom of the FV215B, which I played a grand total of like 3 times, I decided to play it like a medium tank. Not...
G-Fifolt. I'm gonna...
I struggled just as much with his name earlier.
Says,
don't feel bad.
At least you can laugh when you get creamed. I mean, you have to when you get creamed as much as I do. That's the Winston Churchill quote. Like, I like a man who grins when he fights, right? Even if you started getting. Captain Nine says no. I'm Captain Nine. Game fast with. Yeah, right. All right, you ready to get this talk battle going?
Yeah, let's get a
talk, which is. You don't have a equipment in your talk?
No, I actually like.
Your talk should always be ready to go.
I demount and mount equipment because I don't want to buy it.
You gotta join the TOG militia. I expect all of you to join the TOG militia. All right.
Yeah, I'll shell out the 600,000 credits for events.
If the horn of duty sounds, you better be ready when you're TOG. At a moment's notice.
I'll have you guys know. I will have you guys know. I spent 1.5 million credits on this stream. All right, so don't say I don't love you guys. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready. Thank you, Boa Boy. I appreciate that reminder.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3. Go.
I see anybody
Did
from
someone
this?
say duty? Monty, you've been waiting all stream for that, haven't you?
I expect to see some togs from stream in here. Oh no, no other togs.
No togs.
What
Oh
are
wow,
here
we
with
got
this, though?
mid-tier. So this is 3, 4. 4, 5, 6. Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, Domo clearly isn't an epic gamer anymore. He doesn't have. So should we go the 8-line dogs? Or should we go the 2-line?
What's a 2-line?
2-line?
By the time we get into any respectable cover on
should we go up the hill or should we just go down the flat?
I would just go down the flat because we'll never make it otherwise.
The left is thirsty. Oh no, is there a left on the other team? There is, and its name is Mr. Pickles. We're gonna get farmed by Mr. Pickles.
Why are you driving faster than me?
Well, clearly because my tog is more well lubricated than yours because I actually use mine.
My crew isn't fully trained for Blue Eye. They haven't thoroughly studied their tog lubricating.
So one of the
procedures.
cool things about the tog is that there's actually a shuffleboard court in the back there that the crew can play on while they're waiting for the tank to get to battle. So the recreation opportunities of the tog are much better than most other tanks, which is probably the best perk because it does in fact take a long time to get to battle.
Looks like this is the non-luxury version. They didn't put the hot tub in the back on this one.
Sorry, we have our publishing producer just snuck in the back door. You want to say something to the stream? No, you're just gonna stare around the corner. You're not on camera. Gonna be weird.
Hey, there he is.
That was pretty good.
The smallest guy, everybody.
He's probably wondering why I'm not at the meeting that is about to happen.
We promised the people one more game.
Yeah, my green screen's not broken. It's just not big enough to cover the scope of the camera. We have these little circle things that attach to the back of the chairs, and not big enough. We'll have a bigger green screen at the new studio. You're getting some hellos in chat, by the way. There he is. He's waving hi. He's very quiet. I want to talk.
Cryptic Shock says the tog needs a 3D skin that changes it into a cruise ship with shuffleboard and swimming pool.
But if you're ever angry about
We need to
anything
throw
in the
budget
game,
at that idea.
blame this guy. It's his fault. This guy in 1984, Big Brother. Chris says that mod that launched a missile from the back of the tog. That would probably be a more practical use of the tog space for warfare. But, you know, when it was designed, practicality clearly wasn't being considered because look at this thing.
I'd like to point out that over half the players in this game are dead and we still haven't fired a single shot.
I haven't even seen an enemy tank.
No.
We should have just stayed at base.
But I'll tell you what, my tog looks damn good in this school bus paint job, though.
You got the school bus paint job?
Yeah,
oh man,
all
I should put my Doge style on that.
Here
Here we go.
That'd be a good one.
Oh man, that's a bad guy.
Boy, when I turn this corner, you guys are gonna be sorry.
The tog flank. We're not gonna get there. We're already past the. Oh my gosh, guys.
Oh, there's somebody. There's somebody. Shoot him. Shoot him.
I'm gonna stay on the move because I can't afford to stop. So we're just gonna shoot on the move.
Oh, I hit him.
Try and shoot me. Try and shoot me.
He got me.
He hit the wreck in front of him, which I also am doing. Mighty togs. Advance across the plains. He hit me and it hurt great.
Yeah, we see is a mighty tog too. He needs not.
Oh wait, I just tanked with my HP. Actually, he's doing an incredible amount of damage. That was the ISU 122S. Yeah, that was actually... We're like the ideal prey for that tank because it has huge alpha, not great accuracy, and fast reload.
Shout out to the 28 HTC for mopping up that flank.
I just got hit by the left. Oh no. 19, the first 19 damage.
Oh no!
I'm actually almost already out of hit points just because the ISU hits so hard. Why is it surprising he got annihilated and then instead it's a different is broken?
There's an M4 in base, and there's no way we'll get back before he caps.
Bolo Boy wants...
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Bolo Boy says, I want Chieftain to voice a crew member and I want him to do his monotone. Oh my god, the tank. We're working on that, guys, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna get left pretty hard as soon as we pop around this. Wasted Spacer says, I think that's actually a helicopter landing pad behind the turret.
You know, the rear platform on the TOG has seen many battle applications.
You know, maybe they could fill some of that space with more engines so that we could get somewhere.
Honestly, I just almost want to take this thing off of the...
Are we really only going to have seen one enemy tank the entire battle when this is done? It looks like that's the case right now. Creature says that's the spot where we have a good barbecue. Yeah.
Alright, I figured out the trick to driving faster in the TOG. Slide down cliffs.
Oh, there you go. Cryptic says dynamic game. Randall Green says, how would it be if the TOG had the EBR speed? I don't know, but that sounds like the funnest hack ever. Mr. Pickles or two Toggy boys?
Clearly, the Toggy boys are winning.
I think the T28 HCC is probably going to
mop it up. We're really putting down those impressive numbers. So I got a grand total of 144 damage.
I got 410.
I did one shot.
And we're moving at a steady 12 kilometers an hour.
Speak for yourself.
I'm down to 7 now that I'm close. There it is.
There it is.
There's the left. Mr. Pickles.
Hit him. Oh, I don't have a shot.
All right. So we got the TOG win. It was a little anticlimactic as far as ending the stream, but we won a game in the TOGs. I'm going to call it. Good one.
Can't be John TOG races anyone.
And we do actually have to get out of here, but thank you all for stopping by and watching our little stream. We'll be back on Thursday at 4 p.m. Central. And
I think Tragic will be.
Tragic will be back, but Domo will be back around. We're going to be expanding our streaming schedule to get Domo and Jambi John and all the awesome guys more. Thank you, Jambi John, for moderating the stream. Thank you all again for stopping by. I already said that, so I'm going to wrap it up now. Have a great day. Happy tanking. And Domo, you want any final words?
I love you guys.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Have a nice day, guys. See you later.